What's going on? We are back with another episode. Me and Justin.
Hey guys.
We're back. We're in my new apartment. My man and I.
Shout out to the man.
Shout out to Francis. We got our own side. It's beautiful. We're looking at the beautiful skyline of Atlanta right now.
You will be
y'all
jealous,
can see it,
sure.
but maybe next time. So, what's been new since the last episode? I want to start with you. What's been new with you?
In my life?
Yeah.
Honestly, not much has been new. I mean, I started therapy back.
Oh, good.
Which is great.
Good.
It's great.
Good. I need to. I need to get back into that.
I wanted to do it because obviously I'm 30 and,
Okay.
just being, every milestone.
Yeah.
Every age that's quote unquote a benchmark, you just kind of have to graduate to a new level of understanding.
Yeah.
So I just felt like I needed somebody to help me usher through that.
Yeah.
And especially since, I'm
That's
newer
deep.
to,
That's deep.
but it's
Yeah.
for real too. And especially I'm newer to a job. So I really want them to help me navigate my professional career.
Oh.
Do it. People think that you need to do therapy because you're sad or like,
Let me tell you this.
you can do it for anything.
So, Francis and I moved in Friday. I started a new job that Monday.
Yeah.
So Monday I started a new job. Friday I'm moving in. I'm going through the motion.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, this is one of the happiest moments of my life. But I'm like, why am I feeling like I don't deserve it or stressed? You know what I mean? So yes, I encourage you, going through a new job. It's tough because you're the new kid on the block, and it's like learning all the.
And it's awkward for no reason.
It is. It's awkward, especially when you orienting with somebody, and then gotta deal with folks' attitude, and not everyone want to precept you. Especially in the healthcare field. I remember starting at my previous job. My first day on the job, the person was just like, come on. I was like, man, I don't know my way around the hospital. And you want me to do a treatment and walk around and run after you? I'm like, I don't know where I'm going. Instead of just yelling at me, teach me.
It almost kind of feels like a hazing type of thing. It's just let me just do it extra and put it on extra to see if he can break.
Right.
And it's yes, but also at the same time, you should want me to be set up for success.
Right, correct. So I'm congratulations. Therapy,
I believe in it.
Starting therapy is the first step.
Yeah. We tell everybody else they need to go to therapy.
Right. So why can we do Right. So that's amazing. That's wonderful news. I wish you well on that journey.
Thank you. It's been cool.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm always someone that's kind of intrinsic. I always do body, mind, and soul audits.
Okay.
So, I've always been someone that's aware of myself, the things that I am great at and also my shortcomings. So this time around with therapy, because I've done it before.
Yeah.
But this time around, it's a little easier because it's I don't really need you to help me unpack because I already have done that myself.
Right.
But now it's about, what is step B? How do I, knowing what I am aware of, how can I, adopt best practices and tips and stuff to help me navigate, through these feelings of newness, feelings of, just anxiety due to change.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. Can you just say that again?
Yeah.
Feelings of newness.
Yeah. And to your point, you felt happy because this is something with your move, your new job, it was something new, you felt happy. So in your mind, you're like, why do I feel kind of, ugh? We don't even know how to navigate happiness.
Right.
Something that's new. We don't even know how to do that.
You hit it right on the nail.
Yeah.
Feeling of newness is something that I struggle with sometimes. I'm I don't like change.
Yeah.
I like things to stay the same. I like, boom, we're doing, and it was a lot of new things. That sums it up.
Yeah.
You just said it. That's it was a lot of newness happening to me in April where it overwhelmed me. it was a happy moment, and like, yeah, I'm not gonna take that away, but it was also like a lot of newness and a lot of change, and I'm so used to going to what I'm used to, which is negative. Because that, you know why? Because that's due to trauma. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm used to going to that space. This time I did, but also I pushed through it. Yeah. And I challenged myself to get through it, and I asked myself, why are you feeling like this? What is the cause of this feeling? Yeah. What brought this feeling? You know what I mean? Why, and Francis told me this too, why is everyone else can have it, but you can't have it? Yeah. Why you're so easy to congratulate somebody else, but you can't congratulate yourself? You know what I mean? So I'm just like, damn.
Shout out to the man.
Yeah.
Shout out to the
man. And that's how like it really is like, it's a blessing to have a partner like that, like listens to you, but also like understands you and gives you great advice. You know what I mean? Yeah. And also tell you the things that you don't want to hear, especially when you don't want to hear it. Ooh. It's hard.
So I'm a Cancer, and I'm a July Cancer,
and I'm a February Pisces. Okay. So like we're both empaths in our own way.
Don't tell me what to do. I know what even if I know that I'm wrong.
Right.
Like, I hate for someone to tell me something I already know.
Yeah.
That like riles me up. I get it. It's just like, but you know, it's about that discipline. Yeah. You know, and understanding that like, okay, take a beat. If you are giving, if you value somebody and you know value the space that they take up in your life, allow them permission and give them the space to challenge you. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I think a lot of times we are not comfortable with that.
It's like holding a mirror to your face, and it's just like this is what it is. Yeah. And sometimes it's not a great picture. Yeah. And as humans, we always want to look great. Yeah. And always want to look perfect. And when someone shouts out our imperfections, people get defensive with that. But when you're mature, you kind of just take it in, like, you know what? I didn't see it that way. Yeah. I can work on that. You know what I'm saying? So shout out.
It wavers.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I want to be mature.
Right. And relationships go through ebbs and flows. You know what I mean? And it's just like, sometimes like, I don't want to hear this right now. I just want you to tell me what I want to hear. And fortunately with the partner that I have, he's not going to tell me what I want to hear. When you know what I mean? Like, as far as like coddle me. He's not going to coddle me. He's going to tell you what it is. He's going to tell me what it is. And I'm just like, I don't want to hear that.
But it's always, he's just somebody that it's always going to come from good intentions.
Yes. Yeah.
Because that's just who he is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that's probably what helps you digest it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because you respect him because of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
He is such a sweetheart. He never wants to, make you feel terrible. But you need people like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you need community. So. Yeah.
So that's why
shout out to that. Yeah. Good.
So that's new.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Really, really, really good. That was a good way to like start off. Yes. So last time we was talking so much, the camera died.
And we just went on tangents. I'm
sure talking about. It was so many things as far as editing. It was so much thing that like that didn't make it because it was just so many tangents. One of the tangents that we spoke about briefly but didn't like get into it was, Yolanda Saldivar parole was denied. So I wore my Selena shirt in honor of Selena. Hey, I've been in the gym. Hey, okay. The left arm is a little bit bigger than the right arm, but we're working on it. But
the right to bear arms. I love that. Come on.
So you see it. Yeah. So I wore my shirt to honor Selena. I just want to say, like, I've always loved Selena since I was like 6. No, the movie came out in 97. I saw the movie in 98. So I was 7. So 7 years old. I remember watching it for the first time. My cousin came over. Shout out to my cousin. Came over, family dinners on Sundays. You know how we used to do. And after dinner, we always used to watch a movie. And one of the movies that my cousin brought was Selena. So we watched the movie. I'm like, oh, this is a really good movie. Really good movie. And at the end, I was like, you know that montage that comes on at the end of the
Yeah.
Before that montage came on, I said, "Whoo! Like this movie is sad. Like thank God it's not real." And then the montage came on. I'm like,
"Jokes on you."
Gag. So ever since then, after the movie, like I went on the internet, Googled her, had pictures of her all over the walls, and I was just obsessed. Artists like Selena just don't come around all the time. Do you know a lot of her songs? No,
not much. I mean, like I think I ain't gonna hold you. I feel like we give her a little bit too much.
No. No, wait, hold on. No.
No, you
don't. I got the Planko doll as well. Yes.
Yeah, but she was truly a talent.
Yes, she was.
So beautiful. And it took me a while to just like come to the realization that J-Lo and Selena weren't the same person. I literally thought they were the same person.
Body. Let me tell you this. Yeah. As far as acting roles, J-Lo played in a lot of movies. Some are good, some are, okay. Yeah. But her best roles to me were Selena and Enough. And maybe third place Monster in Law.
Yeah, that was good. Monster in Law.
Made in Manhattan was cute too.
Made in Manhattan was top 3 for me. Yeah.
So took the role to another level. Yeah. But I'm gonna tell you why Selena is so popular. To this day. Her music is great. Yes. But you know what it is? It was her personality. She was the artist of the people. And people don't forget. People may forget your name. They may forget where you came from. Shout out to Maya Angelou. But they will never forget how you made them feel. Yeah. And I think Selena made her fans feel so special that 30 years later, she is still, relevant.
You're like, her spirit lives on. And what's crazy is that black people go up for Selena.
One thing, we love anything for Selena, okay?
Selena and Aaliyah, honestly. I mean, those two people are the definition of legacy. And just gone too soon. Yeah. But whatever they did was enough to really carry on, to today.
In the words of Selena, the goal isn't to live forever, but to create something that will.
Come on now.
And that's what both of them did. I think Aaliyah's life was just cut short, very tragically. I'll never forget the day I found out Aaliyah died.
Oh, my heart dropped. It was like the Twin Towers crash.
Hello? Yeah. But that's why us millennials are in therapy.
Because Aaliyah and Selena.
Aaliyah died, it was a Sunday, August 25th.
Oh, I know all that.
I was in the 5th grade. I just took out the trash. My dad was like, I came back from taking out the trash, and Dad was like, Aaliyah died. And I'm floored. Yeah. Cause we used to watch Making the Video. Yeah. We Need a Resolution. Yeah. You know what I mean? We brought her album. We just brought her album. It was just, I was shocked. I remember riding around the whole house. R.I.P. to Selena. R.I.P. to Selena. And I'm sorry.
I'm telling you.
R.I.P. to Aaliyah, R.I.P. to Aaliyah. I put 1979 to 2001. But 2 weeks later, 9/11.
Oh, I didn't know which one came first.
Aaliyah came first.
That's probably why I connected Aaliyah to the Twin Towers.
All of us do that because 2 weeks later,
the Twin
9/11 happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then we went through Ebola. Then we went through swine flu.
Yeah.
Then we went through.
But Ebola was around Obama. That was 08.
Yeah. But I'm talking about other things after that. But during that time we went anthrax. Remember anthrax? Yeah. That's why millennials are in therapy because we've seen so much shit. You know what I mean? So I always associated
COVID, the recession,
to Trump's administration.
Yeah. Tariffs. Tariffs are next.
Oh my God. So shout out to Selena and Aaliyah and all the legends that we've lost.
But she deserved to be unadjusted. The way that nobody moved when we learned that what was it about her killer?
That bitch.
What had that her sentence?
Her parole was
wrong. Yeah. No one moved.
But the way people were waiting for that for that announcement. Yeah. If they would have said her parole was granted,
we would have stormed the Capitol.
Baby, when I tell you, Yolanda wouldn't have made it
no,
out the jail. Like,
she wouldn't have.
It was like she would still be living in jail.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, she can't go to the grocery store.
Yeah.
She can't even go to the mailbox. People, like, now it's not 1995 anymore. So it's like, people are going to find out where you are.
Yeah.
And once people find out where she is, they would have been camping out waiting. Because people love Selena. So,
well, shout out to Selena.
Shout out to Selena. Yolanda, die in jail, bitch. Sinners came out and shook the world. I can't wait for you to see it. Yeah. I think you're going to enjoy it. I enjoyed it. The actors, the acting, the storytelling. It's going to be one scene in the movie where you're going to probably... I got chills.
Really?
Yeah. Ryan Coogler did a really good job with him in that sexy Bay accent. Did a really good job.
The accent is thick.
You know what?
Sometimes I'm like, oh, I can't listen to you.
Speaking of accents, what's your favorite accents? Like, I'll go first. What do you think? I already have mine. New York, tri-state area accent. If I could rate them, it would be New York, Jersey, Philly. I love a New Orleans accent. I even like a Midwestern accent. So, you know, for instance, say over there or like right there.
Francis from the Midwest?
Where you from? Kentucky.
Is that the Midwest?
Yeah, Kentucky's the Midwest.
Okay.
Is it?
I'm from St. Louis, so that's Midwest.
But
so we think about Kentucky being like the South.
But I feel like Kentucky is kind of like Midwest
is going to be more so like Cleveland.
But they don't have
St. Louis. I think they got their own thing. But St. Louis, Michigan, like Detroit.
But first, yes, Kentucky is the South, but they got Midwest accents over there.
Oh, I never knew. I don't
know, but and then of course the Bay. But when baby a New Orleans accent.
New York and New Orleans.
New York and New Orleans.
New York and New Orleans. Yeah,
baby. A New York accent. I just have a flashback.
I literally was just like zoned out, like thinking.
I was zoned out, like. Woo. Okay, but yeah. So yeah, those are.
We can't even get it.
Hello. So I can't wait for you to see it. Yeah, we'll talk about more in detail. Next time. But shows and everything. You know, Beverly Hills is wrapped. Season 14 is gone. PK was out with some white girl from another show, and then Dorit filed for divorce.
I saw that.
And I feel like, girl.
No, she was waiting them 10 years. They had 6 more months until they hit that 10-year mark.
I thought it was because of those pictures.
I think Dorit is smart. I think that, and especially like looking at the season, how everybody was trying to give her some sort of counsel and saying that he's trying to divorce you before that 10-year mark. And in the state of California, once that 10-year mark happens, you get half of everything. So
when was the anniversary?
I don't know. I'm not sure, but I know that how they shoot the season months prior.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that now around this time, it's the 10-year mark.
It's the 10-year mark.
Yeah.
Girl,
I'm not sure what the timelines are, but
PK looks dirty. Okay, I always thought she could always do better than PK, but of course it's just like
I don't think she liked him.
I don't think that they liked each other.
Yeah.
I don't think they liked each other.
Maybe in the beginning it was like some naivete there, but I think as it progressed, I think it was just one of those things where she was just in love with the lifestyle. And he had to kind of support that lifestyle in order to look like Big Shot.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was. Yeah. I think the relationship ended up being something that was very superficial. And I think they got lost in the mix.
Yeah.
It is with relationships, you do have to evolve with the person.
Yeah.
And sometimes,
Yeah.
You know, relationships are not easy, whether that's friendships, whether that's relationships with family, whether it's romantic relationships. Mm-hmm. You guys have to evolve with the other person.
Absolutely. You know? Absolutely. Because if you're just staying in one spot, after a while, you'll look back and be like, what are we doing? You know
what are we doing?
What are we doing?
I think that's what they did.
Yeah.
Look back and we're like, what are we doing?
Like, are we evolving? Like, and that's you. That's real good. So yeah, and PK gone. The refile. Garcelle unfollow everyone.
She's so late. Where did all of these Garcelle fans come from? For one, that's my thing. I didn't know that Garcelle had a fan. And two, the thing is, she was so upset when she said no one smiled at me. Well, probably because he was talking shit the whole fucking season. No one is going to smile at you. You and Sutton wanted to team up to take each one of these girls down one by one. Because you guys are upset that you're not part of the popular crew. I think
but
it's
who's
really
popular?
I think it's a complex that people develop over time, you know, especially, you know, as a trauma response. You know, Sutton is somebody that always was different. She kind of like alluded to that. You know, she always kind of wanted to fit in. We see when, you know, her kind of desperation to have the Hiltons like her, be friends with her. With Garcelle, you know, she comes from how a lot of black people do, you know, kind of go through, myself included, just feeling that acceptance as a black person going to just being in majority white spaces. You know, now, you know, I'm definitely healed from that, but you know, some people don't. And they carry that along. So I think they felt like they couldn't measure up to these other girls when it comes to popularity, you know, like public perception, when it comes to the money standpoint too. You know, I know Sutton has money, but like Garcelle is really self-made, so a lot of her money she really earned. She didn't earn through a divorce or by a marriage or whatever the case, or just having like their name passed down. You know, so she, you know, couldn't. I feel like she felt like she couldn't measure up to the other girls, and so as a projection, you know, she felt like she can team up with Sutton because Sutton is non-threatening. And, you know, she can hide behind her or team up with her to kind of poke and throw darts at these other girls. And it's just like, girl, you treated everybody like co-stars. You gave your ass to kiss to everybody.
So, Garcelle is kind of like Quad. Quad trees the Married to Medicine people like co-stars, like co-workers. We're co-working. And it's just like it is what it is. I can see your point because Sutton is very much a pick-me girl. And Sutton, to sum it all up, Sutton threw Garcelle away or under the bus to get cool with Kyle. Because she wants to be in with Kyle. Why? I don't know. Because Kyle, girl, no one on that show gives me popular. Like,
well,
no one.
I think it's more so like social standing. The Hiltons run Beverly Hills.
And you know what? That is correct. Because the Hilton,
I like Kyle, contrary to people. Like, people
what do you
don't
like about her?
I just like
name one thing. Name them. Name one thing you like about Kyle.
You know, it's just one of those things where I can't explain, and I understand why people don't like her. But I think
Kyle.
It's like Kenya for me. I like Kenya.
Speaking of Kenya,
we don't want to go on too many tangents. Let's go back to
because
we got to put a lid on Beverly Hills, nigga.
Okay, so but the lid is already put the lid.
Okay.
So Garcelle gone, PK gone. I don't. Bose girl.
I like Bose.
I don't know.
I like her because she operates from a. I think she's just logical. I think like her reasoning for things just come from a place of like rationality. I love how she clocked on the reunion, how Sutton was just like, well, you just didn't know what was going on. She was like, oh, well, I don't need to be a rocket scientist to understand what was going on. You wanted to leave. you didn't leave because you wanted to kind of create this woe is me type of thing. So all the girls can come and rush to you and coddle you. And now there's a clear separation in this party. You're being rude. Somebody invited you to their home for a party, but you guys are all going to the front to like try to protect and coddle and like nurture this grown-ass woman who has consistently shown her behavior to be vindictive, to be like, you know, immature, and just to be like low-key psycho.
And spoiled.
So that's why Bose was just like, let her leave. She want to leave. She grown. Let her leave. You know, and I think that she always comes from a place of logic. And that's what I appreciate out of these girls. Because sometimes everything is such an emotional response. And with Bose, she's just like, no, like this is what it is. It is what it is in the name of the day.
I like Bose during the season.
Yeah.
Like I said last time, I stopped. I'm side-eyeing Bose of how she did
that statement
with,
yeah, I wish she didn't do that.
And I'm just like, we'll see how they treat you now that Garcella's gone. So,
well, I think Bose is gonna hold her own. You don't think that she wasn't able to get to where she, you know, was in the corporate space by just being kind of like a pushover and not being able to handle her own?
Oh no, I think
she'll handle it.
I think she's gonna handle her own.
Yeah,
but I want to see. I can't wait because I know this is going to happen. They're going to turn on.
They will turn on.
You know what I mean? Every season is always going to be. It's always that one person, and she's going to have her season. So
I can't wait to see it. I want to see how she kind of like maneuvers.
Yeah,
you know.
And you know who's going to be on the core of it?
Who?
Kyle and Sutton.
Yeah.
Kyle and Sutton.
Yeah.
If Sutton comes back.
Sutton to come back. I like Sutton for the show.
For what? No, Sutton needs to go. She's boring. She is boring.
I don't think she's boring. I think she keeps up mess, which kind of causes confusion.
I can give her that.
Which is great for us to watch and consume.
And then,
you know.
And speaking of mess, moving on to Atlanta. You saw the episode when, you know.
I will say this, confession time. I have not seen, the only episodes I've seen are like the first two. Now, I didn't see the Kenya thing because I don't want to cringe. You know what I mean?
It was cringe.
Like, it is everywhere on my timeline. Like, no matter if it's TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, whatever. Like, and I always skip over it.
It's cringe.
Always.
It's like
I just secondhand embarrassment. Like
it is. It's embarrassing for Kenya because it's like you let this one girl like take. Kenya's going out sad to me. Like you came in, made a print on Housewives of Atlanta. I've always said this, when Kenya and Portia joined the show, they took Atlanta to that next level. Yeah. Atlanta was on the brink of success, and I think Kenya and Portia like just pushed it.
I think it was already success. I think Nene brought that.
Oh yeah.
And I think,
Nene did.
I think Kenya and Portia just enhanced it.
Okay, that was a good point. I just thought like season 5 was like season 4 was a good season.
Yeah.
Season 3 was a good season, but season 5, I think that's when it really got popular. You know what I mean? And it was Kenya and Portia. You know, Kenya and Portia came in and they shook things up. You know, so I just think that like, so do you know about Britt? Like threatening Kenya with a gun.
I saw that part.
Okay. So, I understand Kenya's concern, but I wouldn't have reacted that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like now they're saying
she ain't gonna shoot her with a gun.
Right.
So chill out.
Like, come on. But I do see that like, you know, production went and, you know, ignored Brittany's threats. And then, like, Kenya feels like, you know, they are punishing me. But I'm like, girl, you show pictures of her, like, sucking dick. You know?
But let me tell you something. This is what people are not really kind of understanding. And I don't know why. It's that we know who Kenya is. Mm-hmm. To me, just kind of observing, like, the front end of the show, I've only watched 2 episodes. Mm-hmm. And I watch clips on you know, social media, so I do keep up with what's going on. But Kenya wasn't for the most part, Kenya was chill and cool.
Real cool.
Britt wanted an issue with her.
And you know what? I saw Kenya's little confessional YouTube thing she did. And Kenya said, and I think this is true, Kenya said that Brittany went on her interview to producers and said, like, I'm going to come back to Kenya. And I'm going to do whatever. And then she, as you can see, she was trying Kenya. And
it was so misdirected. And
misdirected.
As a viewer, I feel like I was like, do y'all know each other? Like, you know, from the past or something? Like, why is there like this vendetta against Kenya? But the thing about Kenya is that you poke, you're going to get a reaction eventually. And it's going to be extreme. So, I feel like she got what she was looking for.
Yeah.
To me, I feel like they've done worse on those reunions, or
I don't know. I just
across the whole franchise.
I just think like that was pretty bad. I mean, but think about it. Brittany's talking about, I haven't been able to get out of bed. I'm so humiliated. Like, but I'm like, girl, no one's seen the pictures. Like, only people who saw them were people that were there.
They were there. Yeah.
So no one has leaked these pictures online since then. No one has said no one's seen them. So I'm like, I get, the embarrassment of it, but I'm like, you're okay. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say how to feel, but I'm like, no one's seen it.
She got what she asked for, in my opinion. And I just feel like people are just like, Kenya shouldn't have done it, Kenya should have. And maybe she shouldn't have done that. Maybe it was really low, but hey.
I think I would have shown her the ugly. Like, I would have shown her the ugly pictures. Like, Kenya should have someone on her team just be like, yo, showing pictures of her getting relationships with somebody, that's a little extreme. We can show her, people the before pictures, but let's not go that. But I think Kenya was already in her mind like, I want to get this bitch.
Yeah.
And
like, let me show her.
I'm going to show her.
Yeah.
And I'm going to show you why I'm the shade assassin, and it just didn't.
It didn't go well.
It didn't go well.
Yeah.
So hopefully, Kenya said on her professional thing that she was invited to the reunion and disinvited. I saw a video of Andy Cohen from on TMZ, and I think it's true. So I don't know if she's coming. I don't know if she's ever coming back. But I think we need to have these two women in the same room. Brittany, you wanted to come for Kenya, and you kind of got away scotch-free. You need to be faced with Kenya. Kenya and Brittany. You know how Kim Zolciak came back for the reunion on season 5?
And ate her. She shouldn't have came back.
Bro.
Torched her ass.
Kenya should come back and for the reunion, just for a segment, have the women face each other, say their piece, and then move the fuck on.
They need Kenya on the show.
I don't know.
I enjoyed, the vulnerable conversations between Kenya and Kelly.
That was really good.
I feel like for Kenya to be this very person that seemingly has it all together, that will kind of attack you if you try to kind of come after her vulnerabilities, for her to kind of turn and kind of divulge those inner insecurities and those hardships, pertaining to her business. Yeah. For her to just, say that without being asked to, I feel like that was a great moment.
It was.
I was very surprised that she was willing to kind of, admit those things.
Yeah.
And it just showed a place of vulnerability that, I think was maybe lacking in the previous seasons.
Yeah.
And this was really a season, I think, that we would have really had the chance to like Kenya as a person. And I hate that was robbed from her.
I was liking her last season, though.
Yeah. But, I think this season was cool. I think she was just enjoyable, so far. I think she, was, for the most part, out the drama, kind of sitting back and just kind of trying to see how these new girls...
Looking at the new girls, Mother or something like that. So.
Yeah, but...
Damn, Kenya.
R.I.P.
Hello? And so we're gonna move on from Atlanta, see how the season plays out. Your girl coming back. Wait, are you a fan of Phaedra?
I am.
So she's coming back soon. But
I don't think that she has anything to give to any show.
I 100% agree. All she does is the child. And you know who's been saying that since day one?
Who?
Kenya.
Yeah.
Since season 5, she says Phaedra gives nothing but gives ooh, child. It makes faces. Remember that time her and Nene was talking to the meat shred, she was rolling her eye. She was that's all she does. That's all she does. And she just she just at the table. I'm like, girl. And then she gives rehearsed reads. I'm sorry. Season 6 when Phaedra was telling Kenya, you don't know who your baby daddy is, blah, blah, blah. That was rehearsed. I mean, it wasn't iconic to me.
You talking about Phaedra's read?
Yeah. To me, it wasn't iconic. It's just, I was like, oh, okay, girl. Good. Because, baby, you don't know your baby daddy is a child molester, but what you will know is that he needed. I'm like, okay, girl.
I don't know what you...
Yeah.
You know that was iconic.
I mean, everyone loves it, but to me, I'm just like, it was rehearsed. It was rehearsed.
Sure, it was alright. A lot of people rehearsed their reads.
Of course, yeah.
I mean, we saw Nene's post-it notes, during the during the COVID reunion when she swear.
And you see that?
Was that a read? Like, you wrote your reads down on post-it notes?
And that was the last time you were on top.
She didn't eat her up.
Yeah.
Eva got ate up there.
Eva got ate up. Eva got ate. I mean, Nene ate her up. Portia ate her up. Yeah, but Atlanta, we're
gonna see.
We're gonna see.
Honestly, I just feel like I don't understand why Phaedra is back, but I guess go off. I would like to see Phaedra just do her own spin-off show.
Do what? She don't share anything.
She doesn't. I know that's.
So all we're gonna see is her going to pick up the kids from school and dropping them back and talking about Apollo.
I would like to see her as like a businesswoman. And juggling all of her businesses.
Right.
I
would see that. But I think the only problem with Phaedra is she's not vulnerable. She doesn't want to share. She doesn't want to share. So I'm like, why be on a reality TV show? Why be on television
if you're not going
to share? If you're going to be hiding, or don't want to talk about things about your life, that's the whole point of it.
Yeah.
So they said she's coming back episode 12. I think episode 8 is premiering tomorrow. So I'm like, okay.
I mean, at this point, you should just keep it. Like, why is she so late in the season coming?
Because she's like mid-season. She's mid-season on. So
I'm just like, I don't get that placement.
I think what it was, Phaedra was filming Married to Medicine.
Oh, that's
why they were the beginning of the season. So, and me, speaking of people coming back and leave, whatever, Mia is leaving Potomac, which I'm so happy about. Girl, stay gone. You and your wig. Just go. You and your musky man, okay? Y'all can go.
Agreed. I have never been a fan of Mia. I just feel like, I don't even know why she is here.
Hello?
I feel like she should need to be on Love and Hip Hop. Her and Britt need to be on Love and Hip Hop. Britt from Atlanta. I feel like they both need to be on Love and Hip Hop.
I was watching an old clip when Mariah and Heaven was going at it. She said, "This ain't Marriage to Love and Hip Hop." But Love and Hip Hop is. I mean, Married to Medicine is Marriage to Love and Hip Hop right now.
Yeah, it is.
But Mia and Brittany belong on Love and Hip Hop in Atlanta. Because Mia, you're dating a DJ jockey. You give Love and Hip Hop down.
She just does to me. I'm like,
Mia, oatmeal pie face. Remember that's what makes you say that about kids?
Yes.
Go Love and Hip Hop.
Oh, Coachella.
Well, I'm gonna call it Gachella.
Nah, everybody trying to make, ever since Beachella, they trying to make their own,
I mean, Gaga A.
Yes.
Gaga did a good job.
She did.
We watched her her first weekend live. We woke up around 2 a.m. Watched it. It was good. It was a great performance, great dance moves. Loved the song she performed. Like, this one song, Love, when she's speaking German, and I think that Shiva,
that's one of my favorite songs.
Love that song down. I wish, my only concern was that I wish she performed more songs from Chromatica. But Chromatica doesn't go with the theme of Mayhem and the theme of the concert that she was giving that night,
But I think it's close enough to where she could have, like merged those two things together. Like Joanne doesn't fit.
What song did she perform from?
I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't fit.
That's an example. No. But I think Chromatica, you can fit it in with this Mayhem era. There's a way to kind of like bridge those things together. But maybe she's just like, I really want to focus on this Mayhem era and then just trickle in like my hits.
But my thing is like, at least do Sour Candy. So Sour Candy. Or something from Chromatica.
Yeah.
Babylon would have fit right on in.
Yeah.
Into this Mayhem thing. Like, it could have, like, I just wish that she just did, should have, done more songs from Mayhem. But other than that, it was a great performance. Gaga is back.
Yeah.
I think that she has a lot of, how every artist, like, when you go to their concerts, it's like one of the songs they have to play. Gaga is probably, to me, is the only artist that has a lot of songs that she has to play. Poker Face, Love Games, Bad Romance, Judas, Alejandro, Born. I don't know if I said Born This Way.
You did.
I did.
All
Born
of them,
This Way.
honestly. All of them.
I mean, with Beyonce, she has to play Crazy in Love.
Yeah.
Maybe Naughty. No, not even Naughty. Go Crazy in Love. That's Beyonce's song. You can't go to let me see who else like a good artist. You can't go to, I don't know, Rihanna's concert. She doesn't play Diamonds or We Found Love.
Yeah.
So you can't go to a Gaga concert and not hear Telephone. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of songs you just can't hear. So it's just like I know she has to put those songs on the playlist.
Yeah.
So Gaga, great job. I really want to go to the tour.
Yeah.
I wish she was coming to Atlanta, but she's not. She added stops in San Francisco and LA, but hopefully she just decides to add a stop in. Hopefully, but
I mean, Gaga is one of those. To me, she is, iconic. She's a legend. And I think that people really did play with her artistry.
Yeah.
Just because it wasn't mainstream, just because these young fans didn't like it, but I understand artists when they have to just do what's on their heart to do. So like when she, obviously with Beyonce, we know that she is someone that is able to do any genre. I feel like that way about Gaga too. In the beginning, her first, album was kind of like that pop R&B-ish type of thing. And then The Fame Monster was a little bit more poppy, but like a little bit more dark pop. And then kind of segued into Born This Way with like some metal and rock elements. With Joanne, is more so country centric. Obviously her collaboration with Tony Bennett in that jazz type of, Broadway.
She did every genre.
She did every genre, and she's so talented.
She is.
And
Stephanie.
And so I think that she's someone that I'm just so proud to see, her ascension and to follow her career because it's been a great one.
It is. It has.
Yeah, and I think that Coachella was really a career-defining moment for her because you think about her adversities and her relationships that she went through and her injuries that she went through. Yeah. And just so many things, and just to see that she's, back on top and, really kind of giving the naysayers, something to talk about.
Yeah, absolutely. I think she's one of Beyonce's only peers.
I think so too. Wholeheartedly.
I think it's Beyonce and Gaga. They are in their own lane, but they are peers.
But they see each other. Yeah.
And, Beyonce starting her tour. Cowboy Carter's coming up. You know what she's going to say in the beginning of the show?
Right.
Remember last tour she said, "Welcome to the Renaissance." She's going to say, "Welcome to the rodeo."
You think?
Absolutely.
I don't think so because Because I'm also kind of annoyed that she missed the opportunity to name this album Rodeo. Renaissance, Rodeo.
I think that's probably what I think that's
Rebel or Resistance or something.
I think she was gonna do it.
Yeah,
and I think she just like, I don't know, due to what she probably woke one day was like, you know what, I'm not gonna do it like that anymore.
Maybe,
because I think that's what we were expecting that.
Yeah.
And she was like, I'm not gonna give them what they want.
What they want. Yeah, she never gives us exactly
she never gives that. No, because
we have to just learn to adapt to what she is giving us.
Yeah,
which is to eat it
and just
like it.
Just accept it. Yeah, just accept it. So I'm excited to see how this concert is going to be.
It's going to be, I feel like, disgustingly, just obnoxiously over the top. Why? Because I told you earlier, my girl is mad. I feel like she's a little pissed because they've been really kind of throwing darts at her pedestal. And I think that they play with her daughter. You know, obviously Kanye West said those things, those terrible, nasty things about, you know, her twins. Obviously, you know, like the Busby situation with Jay-Z. And, you know, how they tried to sabotage Blue's, you know, premiere for Lion King or for Mufasa. I think she's just like, you know what? Let me just let y'all know for a second that, like, I am number one. Because I built this thing brick by brick.
Yeah, number one.
And, you know, I think she's just gonna throw money at this. At this tour, she's going to throw money just to, like, you know, whip her and put her, you know, on the table.
I'm number one. I'm the only one. Yeah. Don't even waste your time trying to compete with me.
Yeah.
And you know, also, I think she's mad. I knew she was mad when one of the tour stops wasn't in Nashville. The country capital.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh
yeah.
She's giving us a statement with that. You know? And now, like, hearing what she said, she's pissed.
Yeah, I think she's pissed.
And she's going to give these motherfuckers a taste of their own. They're going to eat up all their words and throw it up. Because they're going to be sick.
Even like these stands for like these younger artists, you know, like the Sabrina Carpenters, and the Charlie XCX, and the, you know, Billie Eilish, and Taylor Swift and stuff like that. They get too comfortable, really kind of disparaging, you know, her name and her legacy, all because they are upset that their mediocre faves, you know, have to measure up to the standard that a Beyonce or a Gaga or, you know, somebody that really came from the school of work ethic, discipline, you know, studying dancing and singing, you know, really kind of taking creative control over their art and their celebrity, you know, and really making their name their business. These younger kids just don't understand how much work that goes into something like that. And I think that, you know, because Beyonce is really chill, laid back, she's kind of like, she doesn't do much anymore. That gives people permission or room to kind of just talk about her and kind of just like downplay her talent. And I think now she's gonna be like, you know what? Nah, you know, like this ain't that.
I think out of the artists that you named, Sabrina Carpenter does work hard.
Yes. But their stands, the thing is, Sabrina is newer.
Yeah.
And she's still young. And she still has a lot to do.
Yeah.
And grow. Like, I love her music. I think she's so pretty. I think that she is now. However, you have to sustain.
Yeah, and I want to see that.
Diversify your artistry. Let's see what other ventures you get into. Do you get into movies? Do you get into, you know, like makeup and beauty or clothes or whatever the case? Yeah. If that's not your thing, like, and you want to stay, you know, specific to music, how is your music going to evolve from this poppy thing to something a little bit more serious and a little bit more something that's focused or intentional?
But you know what? Frances told me this the other week, and I did not know. She has scents out. She has perfumes out.
Oh, does she?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm like, I think it's on the list of like being the perfume of the year.
Okay.
Yeah. So she's like,
she's great.
She's working. Yeah.
I'm a fan.
Yeah, me too.
I love her.
We went to her concert. she gives a good white girl show.
Just campy.
Yeah.
I missed that.
She's having fun with it. Yeah.
And that's what Katy Perry did. And I hate and that's not shade. You don't stop laughing. Y'all finna stop.
Oh my God.
Let's get up. Because y'all finna stop.
Katy
Speaking on my girl Katy Perry. She went to the moon. She went to space.
But let me tell you this.
Y'all got the nerve to talk about her?
The reason why people don't respect Katy Perry like they used to anymore, and I'm gonna say this, it's because she is trying so hard to be a gay icon. When I'm like, girl, stop.
Is she not?
The ones who are gay icons don't keep saying I'm a gay icon. They just be.
Oh, she says that?
She always says, I'm mother, I'm da.
Like, it's very much like a white woman cosplaying as like a black gay boy.
Yeah, I'm just like, stop. Just stop. Just stop. And I think that's what it is.
It reads inauthentic.
And it's just like, just stop. You know what I mean? You don't see like Gaga. I mean, yeah, well, Gaga, you know, she is mother, but she don't have to keep saying that she's mother because she knows that she's mother. That's what it is. Katy Perry's always trying to be like, I'm mother, I'm a gay icon, and look at me, gay. I'm here for y'all. I'm like,
I think she brought something to the industry that I think Sabrina is bringing, which is a level of performance and campiness.
Did you see that video of Katy Perry dancing on tour?
I saw, but she was never a dance. I just feel like she, you know, like a Kylie Minogue or like a who else was kind of just like campy in like who they. Just their performance.
It comes off unauthentic to me.
I don't know, like a Cyndi Lauper maybe.
She's trying too hard. She's trying too hard.
Maybe those things those people aren't accurate like comparisons, but I think that she is fun to watch. I've always thought she was fun to watch. I like her Super Bowl performance. That was so fun.
It was cute.
It was catchy. It was, you know, like campy. It was very on the nose. You know, it was all of those things. And so I think that, you know, her Vanguard performance, I loved.
I don't think I watched that. What year did she win the Vanguard Award?
I think it was like 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's what I know.
Yeah. I loved her performance then. Okay. I just think that she is, I think everybody expects for people to be like a Beyonce or a Gaga, and they're just not. But they excel in their own lane.
But think about it. What's so crazy to me is that Katy, if you just shut up, you would be a gay icon. You know what I mean? You came out with California Girls. I Kissed the Girl Not Like That. Teenage Dream. Firework. Like you have the box, and we like. What's that one song she did with the Pinkwood lady? Shoot. Swish, bitch. You got the box, girl. You know what I mean? Like, just stop trying so hard. We see you.
She always have been that way.
Right. But we see you, girl.
It's not anything different to me.
I mean, California Dream or California Girls, that whole album, no skips.
Yeah.
Girl, we see you. Just be. Just be. You know what I mean? And I'm telling you, it will change.
I think, you know what? I'm just proud of anybody that can survive.
Yeah.
This industry, especially in the digital age, because a lot of times now it's about selling your personality and not really, increasing your talents and your skills in your art and the art of performance. And I think that, you know, Katy Perry being able to go on a tour, whether it's an arena tour,
is it arena tour or stadium?
I don't know. It was given arena. I can't see.
I think it was arena.
I can't see her doing a stadium tour. I ain't gonna hold you.
I think if it was 2010,
sure.
Yeah,
but it's not.
Yeah,
it's 2025. Let's not talk about what's then.
What's now? We lift up the goddamn garage doors. Talking about what's now.
So I think that for her to survive and, you know, be able to kind of like persist, because I feel like there's been like this weird kind of uptick in trying to kind of disparage even her craft and her legacy. Everything to me, when I see online, people want to make her into a joke. But it's like you guys just don't understand what camp and gimmick and poppiness is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I give her that. She is campy.
Yeah. So I think that, her being able to do that is great.
Yeah.
I like Katie. I live for her. Now, I'm not a stan, but, I see her.
She's
like
cute.
her.
She's cute.
Yeah.
I mean, one performance we didn't talk about, I'm going to backtrack a little bit. It was Megan's performance from Coachella. Baby, I just want to say this. Megan killed it.
Yeah.
I didn't see the whole performance live because, I was asleep. But I did see the clip of her, Victoria Monet.
Yeah.
When I said, I told myself, Megan, get the motherfucking strap and use it on me, bitch. Okay?
She be using that strap.
She be using that strap. Megan is a top. The way Victoria Monet got in front of her and she bit her lip and looked at I said, Megan be fucking these girls down. And these niggas too. Because niggas love pegging now.
They love, yeah.
They won't admit it, but niggas love pegging.
It's really niche. It's really,
Yeah, it's very, and you know who brought it in though?
Oh.
Janae Akio, when she said, gotta eat the booty like groceries.
Yeah.
That's when men start, saying that like, they like their ass.
Yeah.
And now, like, pegging is really popular amongst a lot of heterosexuals.
And plus, everybody gay.
Hello. And it's okay. It's 2025. Like, gay's happy. You know what I mean? Like,
gay's happy.
But, baby, Megan ate down. She had, I didn't see it, but I've been hearing about it, that she had wore like a Bigfoot.
She had Bigfoot, like one of the dancers were Bigfoot, like kind of dancing behind her. I think she's funny.
Yeah.
I think that she's not scary.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think, obviously a certain someone with the pink wig and her little minions want to intimidate her into silence. Or want to kind of like disparage her into like just not doing it anymore and falling out of love of rapping and performing because they're kind of hurt and upset that their fave has married a pedophile. So I think that that
was the downfall to me. That was the start.
That was the down. I think that she can't get up from that. She can't get up from that. No matter how you twist it. She can't. Yeah. She can't rebound from that.
No, she can't.
And so with Megan, I love that. I love her persistence because there was a period where everybody was trying to really knock her down.
Right.
And she just kept going. And what I see now is her seriousness about her performance. And we saw that at Coachella. The stamina is amazing.
Yeah.
Her body, she looks amazing.
Amazing.
Like just her energy on stage, her presence. I love that she gave homage to Sierra, who's another icon.
Oh, yeah.
Just so many things. I think out of everything, she looks happy on stage.
Yeah, she's having fun.
She's having fun.
And she looks good doing it.
She's great. It's her time.
It's her time. And just give it to her.
Yeah.
That's it.
She looked incredible.
She looked good. She looked fine. She looked good. She looked fine. And I want it all the time. All right, y'all. So we have come down to the end of the episode. It's been another great.
Yeah.
Another great episode.
We go
to the end of the road. Still like, hey.
But we gonna see y'all again.
Oh, of course.
We ain't gonna be gone forever.
Never feel
honestly, a Boyz II Men song will always cure me of anything. All I have to do is just turn on Boyz II Men.
They got songs for everything.
They really, honestly,
they do. Speaking of, so what we're gonna do now to end off the show, we're gonna talk. It's a game that we're playing called Legend or Icon. We're gonna list artists that we spoke about on this episode and ask each other, do we see this artist as either a legend or an icon? So what qualifies a person as a legend? A legend is someone who is being spoke about years from now, or who will still be talked about years from now. And an icon for both of us is that someone who you can dress up as Halloween and people will recognize you instantly, or something that they've done, or like their fashion, or anything. So we're gonna start with Victoria Monet.
Cool. Well, the thing is, first about like legend icon. Like a legend can be both legendary and iconic.
Yes. Correct.
Now an icon is not all the time legendary.
Absolutely.
They're just iconic.
Absolutely. And some people are going to be either or, and some are going to be both. Like he just said.
Yeah.
So Victoria Monet, I think Victoria Monet is neither. She still has work to go. She still has some time to go. She still has some time to go. I was trying to think of like something she's done that's iconic, and nothing came up. Nothing was there.
The color brown. That's kind of iconic.
Okay. Well, she popularized the color brown. Okay, yeah. No shade. This is no shade at all.
This
I
is
love
going
her
to be
down.
a shady segment, actually, so he's lying.
No, I love Victoria down, but I feel like she still has ways to go to be either an icon or a legend.
Sure.
She's still new-ish to the game, or not even new-ish to the game. She's new-ish to mainstream.
Yeah.
So she's still. I'm gonna call her a seed. So if she's still a seed that's growing to be either a legend or an icon.
I think she has the capacity to be maybe iconic.
Yes, iconic.
I wouldn't say legend. Well, I guess let it cook. We don't know. We don't know what she'll do in the future. But she is. I think she has the potential if she stays consistent. Which I think that she will.
And that video she dropped with Davido. Now that dance break,
that was good.
It's pretty iconic.
Yeah.
But she still has ways to go.
Yeah.
She had like Justin said, she has to keep on being consistent.
Yeah.
To get that iconic.
And she has been consistent.
Yeah, she has.
She's somebody that is going to be. I don't have a doubt in my mind that that consistency.
It's just gonna fade away.
Yeah.
Like she's got 3 Grammys, so that's really great for her. I just think that she has a couple more hills to climb to get to.
Yeah, she got to get out of that Jaguar, like.
Get out the jungle, girl. All right, get out the jungle, because yes, Jaguar is a really great album, really great era, but girl, get out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm Jaguar out.
Yeah.
Okay. Out. Okay. Next artist. Who do you name one?
Gaga.
She's both.
Both. And let's talk about why she's both.
Right.
She's legend because, let's talk about her being iconic. She's iconic because you can dress up for her on Halloween. Like,
people know exactly who you are.
They know exactly who you are. They can reference something, about you. What else?
The way she just came out, she came out the gate iconic.
She really did. She really
changed.
Did.
Me, for instance, said this, and I'm like, Gaga changed the way Beyonce did videos.
Yeah, Beyonce was like, I gotta catch up.
Yeah. Beyonce had to catch up to Gaga.
Like, oh no, let me collaborate with her.
Hello. And then
because they was gonna pit them to catch, each other. But
Beyonce had to catch up because Gaga wasn't giving videos; she was giving visuals.
Yeah.
And
concepts. Beyonce kind of always have done that too, but Gaga did it on a scale that was so campy.
Yeah.
It was
Beyonce had to catch up.
She did.
She had to catch up. So yes, and I mean the meat dress, the VMA's performance. It's so many.
It's
the songs,
the
wigs,
costumes.
I mean everything.
Yeah.
Gaga's gonna be someone that's gonna be around, or is gonna be talked about to the end of time.
And just her stance on social issues.
Yes.
I think that makes her legendary. So when you step outside of music, do you exist outside of that space? Like your philanthropy. Like your how you show up for your fans.
Yeah.
Just like the charitable things that you do. Even like with her artistry, it's so diverse. She has took so many turns and dips that I feel like, okay, I can like objectively say this woman is a legend. She's great.
And there's nothing else that needs to be said.
Yeah.
Period. Next artist, Selena. She's both.
I would say iconic.
She's legendary. She's still being talked about today.
Well, I feel like if you're iconic, you can still be talked about today. I think she didn't have enough.
I think
she didn't have enough time to cook. Same with Aaliyah. She didn't have enough time to cook. I feel like even with Lauryn Hill, we can give her that legendary status, but honestly, I also feel like we give her too much off of one album. So I think that like those people are iconic to me because they hold a special place in our heart. We can put them on a T-shirt, you know, and people will buy it. People wouldn't, you know, people can recognize who that person is. But I don't think that Selena has enough to go off of to make her legendary.
I think this may be a biased view, but I think she's both.
Okay.
Like, I think what made her legendary was her impact on the Spanish music, making it mainstream.
Sure.
She opened up the gates to a lot of, or the doors for a lot of other artists to come out. Like you said, like I said, she's still being talked about today. People still recognize, her music. People know, you know, her songs. She's both, and what makes her iconic is her looks. She made the bustier popular, even though she didn't create the concept. She made it. She popularized it. You know, the purple jumpsuit is iconic. If you can dress up in a purple jumpsuit with the bangs itself is iconic. So like, I think Selena is both. Now, as far as Aaliyah, I think Aaliyah is more iconic than legendary. Like, I think Aaliyah didn't have enough time to cook than Selena. I think Selena, when she died, Selena was at the top of her game.
Or was she just ascending?
She was getting. I think she's at the top of the Spanish game and entering the English market. I think Aaliyah was still like getting up there. Aaliyah was, to me, was ascending.
Yeah.
I think Selena was. She reached the top as far as Spanish.
How do we know if she peaked, if she died? We don't know.
I'm talking about in the Spanish world, she peaked.
Okay.
Like, I feel like in that time, she peaked. You know what I mean? And like, she peaked so bad, it was like, all right, girl, you ready for the English market? You know?
Okay.
And I think with Aaliyah, she was getting there. She was getting there.
Okay.
So, yeah, I think Selena is both. What about, who else we spoke about? Megan Thee Stallion.
I think she's like iconic. You gotta whisper it. Because I don't think it's all the way there yet, but I do think that she really kind of chartered this sexual liberation.
That's what makes her iconic.
You know, wave.
Yeah.
And also just, you know, her, I don't think that she invented it, because obviously we had Lil' Kim that was very like sexually liberated and was not afraid to really go there in her lyrics. But I think, you know, Megan just kind of took that and just carried the torch and kind of made it more mainstream, more popular. And just like all of her adversities, and for her to still be standing and like, you know, her life, you know, set her up to headline a Coachella set. That's amazing.
It's pretty iconic. I think
her butt is iconic.
Yeah.
Her twerking is iconic.
The knees.
She made Hot Girl Summer kind of like this, you know, ism. So people really attribute like Hot Girl Summer to her. Yeah. And really kind of being outside to her, you know. So yeah, I think she's iconic.
I think so. I'll say she's iconic.
Yeah.
Beyonce. I mean, yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah. Next topic. Next artist. Who else? Charlie XCX. I don't either. I think Brat was an iconic album, an iconic statement, or whatever. It was iconic for the culture, but I think Charlie, I didn't know it was a thing until it got popularized. Like,
yeah, and I still haven't like listened to that album. I think it's a cool. I think it was fun.
Yeah,
cool. It was a cool thing to kind of like follow and see the trends on social media. Yeah, but I think that's an album that's going to stay, you know, in a time bomb.
Yeah, in 2024.
In 2024.
Yeah.
When you think of 2024, you think of that album.
Yeah, I agree.
It's not going to carry over into the future.
I don't think so. Okay, last artist, Katy Perry. This is the hard one. Yeah, she's iconic.
She's the true definition of like iconic.
Yeah. I think what took her to the icon level pretty fast for me was her first single, I Kissed a Girl and I Like That. And then California Girls, I remember when it came out in 2010, it was everywhere. People loved that song. And then it was just hit after hit after hit.
And what's that song, E.T.?
Oh, are you ready for? Wait, the up. I'm like,
that song was amazing.
It was futuristic.
It was so fun to me. I was in high school.
What year it came out? 2014.
Oh, okay. So I was in college.
But still, you hear that in the club like during that time.
During that time, it went up.
It went up.
It was one of those things where it did. No, Dark Horse. Dark Horse is great, but it did block Drunken Love from going number 1.
It did?
It did. Drunken Love was number 2. Dark Horse came in.
Dark Horse was one she had with Quavo in it, with Migos?
No, that was
Spaghetti? No.
Yeah.
Or something?
Yeah.
But Dark Horse, how did Dark Horse go again?
That was with it's not Slim Thug. It's not Slim Thug.
T.I.?
No. Oh my God. Juicy J.
It was Juicy J.
Wow.
Juicy J, baby.
He had a little moment during that time.
Juicy J was when he came out with Bands Make Her Dance and Dark Horse.
Yeah.
That was the time.
And then he do something with Miley Cyrus too.
Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Miley Cyrus, what do you think about? You think Miley Cyrus is?
I think she's iconic. She's iconic because, well, maybe by my definition, legendary too, because she even exists outside of her music with Hannah Montana.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with her high-profile, relationships with like the Jonas Brothers, and with Liam.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to give her legend yet. But I don't know. I do think that she has really explored different genres as well.
Mm-hmm.
From country to pop to, kind of like that, trappy hip hop sound, which I love. That was the bangers.
I feel like she used it, and then when she didn't need it anymore, she dropped it.
Sure. But it was great.
Yeah, it was.
I was in my fantasy during that time.
Money that I need. We
It
got
was
the
good.
money. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like she's lived so many lives, but I also feel like she's still so young.
I like the era she's in now. It's giving like Jane Fonda meets Tina Turner. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of like liking this era she's in at now. The new song, "Let's Dance Like It's in the World." I love it.
I haven't heard it.
It's so good.
Okay.
She dropped two singles from her new album, and it's really good. So Miley,
kudos to you.
Kudos to you, man. Congrats, bitch. Yeah,
she's great.
Yeah, she's good. All right, y'all. That's the end of this episode. We are going to be back with another one soon, so keep in tune.